The ecosystem in UNIMAS campus. This is Group 4E mini project. We visited 2 different sites to do our survey. First is UNIMAS Real Living Lab, which is located inside UNIMAS at the area of Faculty of Built Environment. Second is UNIMAS Lake, which is located at the center of UNIMAS. The question is, what organisms can live in this environment? To start off, what is an ecosystem? It is a community of living organisms interacting with each other in a given physical and chemical environment.
There are a type of ecosystem at UNIMAS Real Living Lab, which is peat swamp forest ecosystem. A peat swamp forest serves as a natural water catchment and gene bank for various plant species. Despite being considered an extreme habitat due to its nutrient-poor and highly acidic conditions, the peat swamp forest supports a unique community of wildlife with high adaptability and survivability. There are some characteristics of peat swamp forest. The first one is peat formation. It acts as a natural sponge, retaining moisture at times of low rainfall but having limited capacity to absorb additional heavy rainfall during tropical monsoons. Next, waterlogged condition. Due to accumulation of dead vegetation and poorly drained soil. Lastly, diverse features, it is related to water supply, including flooding by surface or groundwater or solely from groundwater.
Type of ecosystem at UNIMAS Lake. Firstly, aquatic ecosystem are ecosystem present in a body of water. This can be further divided into 2 types, namely freshwater ecosystem and also marine ecosystem. UNIMAS Lake are known as freshwater ecosystem. It is an aquatic ecosystem that includes lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, and wetlands. Besides that, the freshwater ecosystem can be separated into the first one is lentic, is known as standing water, and the other one is lotic, is known as flowing water. Lakes, also known as lentic systems, a diverse set of inland freshwater habitats that provide essential resources and habitats for both terrestrial and aquatic organisms. The characteristics of the freshwater are contain a lot of nutrients and minerals, low to no salt concentration, which usually less than 1%. For the temperature, 30 to 71 degrees Fahrenheit for summers and fluctuates between 35 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit for winter. For the major components, we have 3 major components which are producers, consumers, and also decomposers.
There are 3 biotic factors at UNIMAS Real Living Lab. One of it is parasitism. The mushroom gain benefits while the host plant get harmed. The mushroom, which is a parasite, absorbs nutrients from its host plant to survive, while the host plant loses its nutrients, which can cause the host plant to die. Other than that, we have mutualism. Both stingless bee and the flower gain benefits from this interaction. Stingless bee is provided with food, nectar or pollen, and the flower gets to disperse its pollen or sperm cells to other plants of the same species. Lastly, we have commensalism. The moss gain benefits while the host plant did not get harm nor benefits from this interaction. The moss attached itself onto a tall host plant to obtain sunlight for photosynthesis process, while the host plant did not obtain anything. Next, we have abiotic factors at UNIMAS Real Living Lab. The first abiotic factors is water. Hydrophytes is a plant that grows in water. For example, the water lilies that live in mangroves ecosystem live in water and require a lot of water. Next, we have light. There are various growth forms of plants represent strategies to reach sunlight. There are epiphytes, which is a plant with no roots in the soil and attached to a tree. For example, the moss attaches itself onto a tall tree to obtain sunlight. Moreover, there are lianas, which is a woody vines grow rapidly up the tree trunks. For example, the woody vines grow upwards to obtain sunlight when there is a temporary gap in the canopy and flower and fruit in the treetops.
There are two biotic factors at Unimas Lake. The first one is commensalism. This interaction happens when one individual benefits and the other one neither benefits or harm. The Dacia vittata is benefited by getting shelter from the tree, but the tree is not benefited nor harmed from this interaction. The Euromia volumina is also benefited by getting shelter, but the plant is not benefited nor harmed by it from this interaction. The second one is parasitism. One individual lives on or in and feeds on a host organism. Sparasis crispa, which is a species of fungus, grows on the base of tree trunks. The fungus is benefited by absorbing the nutrients from the tree, but the tree is harmed by losing its nutrients, which will cause death. The Pyrosia pilocelonidis, which is a type of fern that grows on a tree, it is benefited by getting nutrients from the tree, but the tree is harmed by losing its nutrients, which will also cause death. Next, there are two abiotic factors at Unimas Lake. The first one is light. There are various growth forms of plants representing strategies to reach sunlight. There are climbers, which are green stem plants that remain in the understory. For example, the fern attaches itself on the tree as a climber to obtain sunlight. Next, there are water. The Unimas Lake provides a readily available source of water for plants growing along the shoreline or in the surrounding areas. It ensures a consistent supply of water, which is crucial for plant growth, transpiration, and nutrient uptake.
Limiting factors at Unimas Real Living Lab RLL. Firstly, water availability. Some plants receive too little while some receive too much, leading to patchy growth patterns. This can affect the overall productivity and biodiversity of the ecosystem. Next, light intensity. Plants on the upper part of the forest receive excessive light, which can lead to photoinhibition, where the photosynthesis apparatus is damaged, reducing the efficiency of photosynthesis. This can also cause leaf scorching. Thirdly, indirect competition. Commensal plants, such as epiphytes, grow on host plants without harming them directly, but can still compete for light and nutrients. This can lead to reduced growth of the host plants. Last, parasite load. Parasitic plants sap nutrients from host plants, weakening them and reducing their growth and reproductive success. This can make the plants more susceptible to other stress and disease.
There are three limiting factors that we found at Unimas Lake. One would be nutrient limitation. Nutrient limitations can lead to stunted growth, poor root development, and lower biomass production. Frequent flooding can leach nutrients from the soil of the plant or create anaerobic conditions that limit nutrient availability. Second limiting factors would be wind. Wind can promote the mixing of surface and deeper waters, redistributing nutrients like nitrogens and phosphorus throughout the lake. This helps support the growth of aquatic organisms. The third limiting factors would be water. Water is a major component for photosynthesis, nutrient transport, and cellular processes in plants. Periods of low precipitation can reduce water levels in lakes and surrounding soils, which lead to water stress for plants. This can stunt growth, reduce productivity, and even cause plant death.
Group's reflection. The first question is, how did this experience help you to better understand your responsibilities and roles as a citizen? This experience helped me to better understand my responsibilities and roles as a citizen by making me involved in environmental conservation efforts and the importance of community engagement. By actively contributing to data collection and data analysis, I gain a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance of nature and learn the impact of human activities on local ecosystems. This engagement shows the crucial roles as citizens in protecting and preserving natural resources.
For the second question, what skills and knowledge did you acquire through this experience? Through this experience, I learned how to recognize and identify certain species of animals or plants that interact with other animals or plants to coexist. Other than that, I learned that each species of fauna and flora are important in order to maintain the ecosystem.
The third question is, how did this experience help you better understand the ideas or subjects you have been studying? This experience helps me better understand the ideas or subjects I have been studying because it allows me to witness and observe those abiotic and biotic interactions in real life instead of just on book learning. On the other hand, conducting field studies at UNIMAS areas provide deeper insights into cause and effect relationships in ecosystem. For example, learning and seeing how varying levels of sunlight affect plant growth can demonstrate the importance of an abiotic factor, which is light intensity, on biotic organisms, which are plants.